It will be nice to check in with some calming, soothing wind. I recommend gathering any props for you at home if you're watching, maybe 2 blocks or pillows or cushions around your house. And we will use those throughout practice, but for now we're going to start in a seated position. So take your time, start to get comfortable. And if at any point this doesn't feel comfortable, you can change your position. You might begin here by just taking in the space you're in, perhaps sensing the temperature, the colors. Notice any sounds. And then as you feel ready, you might soften your eyes. And here we'll begin to check in with the quality of our thoughts and the quality of our breath. Start to observe how you are transitioning to this class. Begin to recognize the places of your body that might need more care and tenderness tonight. And then from here, you might just start this gentle sway side to side, shifting weight to one side of the body and the other. And then return your body back to center. And then make that motion forward and back, tilting forward and tilting back. And then I'll invite you to find some stillness and lift through the crown of the head. Start to imagine, if it is useful to you, to imagine that your spine is like a string of pearls. And these pearls are evenly placed and separated. Notice the texture within your spine. And you might start to observe how the rhythm of your breath is moving throughout your body. Perhaps expanding and softening. There's no need to change or force your breath. Just recognize that you are breathing today. And if you've held on to any extra tension in your legs, your torso, your arms, see if you can direct your breath there. Perhaps softening the edges around discomfort. And then when you feel ready, we'll begin to take a fold forward. So you might come down to the floor. You might press your hands on the blocks instead, or any support you like beneath the front of your body. Here, return that attention to the spine, visualizing perhaps a string of pearls, whatever color you choose. Perhaps the pearls are radiating this pure white light. And then we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. You might take your body forward, or you might move your body backward. This is your time to move in a way that feels nurturing, while also challenging. And then imagine the string of pearls lifting back up so smoothly and gently. Extend your arms out beside you. Reach your fingertips towards the side of the room, and then squeeze your hands. Start to squeeze your muscles of your arms. And let's inhale, take the arms up, reach them towards the ceiling. And then exhale, soften your body, relax. You can shift back and put your feet on the floor, just kind of rock your knees side to side. And then from here, we'll invite us over onto our hands and knees. We're going to spread our fingers wide. You can find any movement here. Just feathering in certain movements, lengthening your spine, perhaps tilting side to side. Bring attention back to the weight under your hands and the weight under your legs. Pause here. And we're going to reach our right arm up towards the ceiling. And then slowly thread the right arm down across the mat and over to the left. I like to guide a block or a pillow over my head just to find a little bit more support. With that right arm extending off to the left, can you soften the edges around any tension in your muscles? At any point, if this feels too intense or painful, then I'll invite you to find a more relaxed shape. And as you notice the quality of your breath, invite that breath once again to the whole body. Choose whether you'd like to stay here or for more twist, You might decide to take the left arm behind you. That starts to constrict the breath. Release the arm. 5 more even rounds of your breath. Slowly release the shape. Take your time, there's no rush. Return your hands to the mat. And extend the left leg back and the right arm forward. Stretch through the whole length of the body. You might even squeeze your hands. And then lower the arm, lower the leg. Next side, left arm is first reaching up. And then extend the left arm down across your mat, over to the right. Moving the head down to a blanket, to a block, or pillow. I'm going to use a blanket tonight. And adjusting slowly, you can maintain awareness. Perhaps you observe the sounds that are inside of your space, wherever you are. Allowing the front of the body to feel heavy and supported by the floor, by the ground. Perhaps you can feel this pressure between the knees and the arm into the floor. Choose if you like to reach your right hand behind you. And invite 5 more natural breaths. In your own time, unwind the shape, finding all fours. Lower your belly and draw the chest forward. Push the hands evenly into the mat. And then exhale, round the spine, draw the chin inward. Moving back and forth between these two. Perhaps making your breath and whenever you feel complete, make your way onto your torso, moving all the way down to the floor. Setting up for a Sphinx pose. Our forearms are going to maintain contact with the floor. I'm going to place a blanket under my wrist just for a little bit more cushion. Allow the shoulders to soften down the back. And see if you can imagine the string of pearls, radiating whatever color you choose. Move this awareness to your rib cage, relaxing all of the spaces in between your ribs, the front plane, the back plane, and the side plane. You can rest the head down on a block or a book if that feels comfortable. And if you like to add in any gentle movement with the neck, you can rotate your chin back and forth to either shoulder. Maintaining attention on the feelings in your body. And here I'll invite you to find some sound through your exhale. That might be a sigh in the comfort of your own space. That might be a hum as you exhale out. Letting out some sound, softening the edges around our throat. For those looking for any more intensity, you can choose to bend one foot and then again notice where you might be clenching, where you might be engaging the muscles. Here this practice invites us to keep the muscles soft. And keep the shape simple. And if your legs are up, you might switch to the second side. Perhaps sensing temperature in the shoulders or texture in the hands. Release your legs and then make the way all the way down to the floor. Stack your hands on one another and rest your forehead again. Heavy body here. Making contact with the front of the body and the floor. Bend into your knees, sway your feet side to side, very slowly. And then release. Go ahead and turn onto your side. Whatever side you choose. And we'll work a little bit of mile wash release into the rib cage. So for this, I'll invite you to fold up a blanket or use a block, depending on how much intensity you would like tonight. I'll show the block. And to begin, we're going to take this block long, vertically, on the flat level. Rest the block along the side of the rib cage. And then bending the elbow, you can soften your head and your hand. If you're at home and you don't have a block, you can fold a blanket under this space, just finding subtle elevation. Again, return to the quality of heaviness. And recognize that you are breathing, and recognize that you are safe. And over time, I'll offer you to take the top arm, whichever arm that may be, and invite it to the back of the body, just for a little more rotation through the shoulder. Three more breaths in this variation. Release your top arm. Slowly push into the floor just so you can lift off of the support. And if you're using a block, now we're going to turn that block to the medium level. If you're using a blanket, you can fold it up a little bit higher. And we'll place this block now right under the scapula. So think the base of your shoulder blade. You can choose if you want the block to be vertical, supporting more of the ribs, or if you want it to be horizontal. Again, just act as a witness, becoming aware of the sensations that this might bring. And then offering yourself the space to relax around the edges of discomfort. Five more even breaths. And as you feel complete, again, slowly unwind the shape, remove the support, and come all the way down onto your side body, reaching your lower arm out in front of you. See if you can rest your head on your arm and just spend a few moments here making contact with the ground. And again, at your own pace, I'll invite you to push up, lifting the torso up. Take a look at your knees. Take one foot to the top of your knee. So bending both knees out, kind of like 90-degree angles. Reach your arms to a T. We're just going to rotate the arms forward and down and back. Notice if you stopped breathing and just guide attention back to the breath. Rotate your arms in the other direction. And then release. Both hands to the floor. The weight shifts back, and we'll take our legs out in front of us. You might shift it out a little bit. And then go ahead and shift to the other side. First, coming all the way down to your support, a blanket or a block. We'll start from this. This myofascial release. First, aligning the block long ways and on the lowest level. Beautiful. Observe that this side of your body feels any different. And then also hold the space for not feeling anything at all. The top arm might slowly find its way to the back of the body, rotating the shoulder away from the chest and away from the head. The spaces in between each rib, finding a little bit more space to relax. And if this is where you'd like to stay, then stay here. I'll also offer slowly pushing into the floor just a little so that you can spin your block or support to a taller level, the second level for me. And then resting the edge of the block now underneath your scapula, so think right below the armpit. Most of us will find a sweet spot where we find some sensation. Again, we're not looking for pain, rather we're finding space to relax around the edges of uncertainty, perhaps discomfort, or perhaps change of sensation. Taking your top arm wherever feels comfortable. Perhaps letting out some sound or anything that you might be holding on to. One more breath. And with very little effort, taking time to move slowly, come all the way onto the side of the body, releasing support. Outstretching your bottom arm beyond, even pausing here. Pushing it to the floor, sitting the torso back up. Realigning those knees. Taking the top foot to the bottom knee. Adjusting the sit bones and then extending arms off to the side. See if you can hug the shoulder blades back into the spine. And then reach the arms forward like you're picking some fruit from a tree. And then inhale, reach your arms off to the side and find those movements. Circles, slowly or quickly, you decide. And changing direction of your shape. And then go ahead and relax. Legs come out in front of you. And we're going to find another fold forward with your legs crossed. I'll invite you to cross your legs in the non-dominant orientation. Whatever feels probably more uncomfortable. Okay, bring any support out in front of you if you'd like to hold on to. And then as you're ready, you can fold forward. Moving so slowly, just finding the subtlest sensation. Some of us might even stay more lifted and focus on rounding the back, compacting ourselves inward. But if the mind is moving past the practice, we gingerly welcome it back, right, to sensation, feeling under the body, perhaps the feeling of the clothes wrapping the body. There may be places in the body that do not need to be working. We can soften, we can feel safe and at ease. For me, that's my eyes and my mouth, the shoulders. Five more breaths. Lifting the body back up. Go ahead and come onto your knees for a moment. We won't be here too long. I like to sit back on a pillow or block, or for a back of the foot stretch, I'm going to tuck my toes. And then we're going to reach our arms out in front of us. Clench your hands, squeeze your muscles, and then release your muscles. Do that a few more times. Engaging, relaxing. And then reach the arms however high feels comfortable. And then release. Tap out the feet. And shift all the way onto your back. Taking care to cushion the head with a blanket if you like, or any extra support. And just take some time to see how the back of the body feels resting on the earth. Reach for your block or whatever support you're using tonight. Bend your knees. Place the feet on the floor and then lift the pelvis. And put the block right under the sacrum. That's the base of our spine. So we're not in the lumbar, we're not removing that lumbar curve. We're at the very base. Here I invite you to perhaps turn your arms out. Let there be some space around your body. And now our stream of curls. We're starting to find our way down to the ocean floor. The comfort of the sand. You're welcome to rest here, softening the back of the body. For a little bit more area focus on the front of the hips and the psoas muscles, we can then start to reach the legs maybe one at a time on the floor beyond. And if it's hard to relax the muscles, then maybe bring back in that tense and release practice. Squeeze the muscles of your legs, and then soften the muscles of your legs. And just taking care to switch sides if your legs are long. I'll invite you to stay here, recognizing silence and guiding attention inward. Perhaps that's to the feelings in your physical body or the thoughts in your mental body. Even natural breaths. This is a wonderful shape to stay in, to lengthen out our spine if we happen to sit all day. Guide your thumb to your first finger, to your second finger, your third finger, and your fourth finger. Close the hand, guiding the fingers all the way together. And then open the hands, guiding the fingers apart. If your legs are reaching out in front of you, I'll invite you to bring them back. Taking the feet one by one to the floor. And then drawing attention to the feet, spreading the corners of the feet, beginning to push into the floor, lifting the hips off of the block, and taking care to release all the way down to the floor. Pause as you're there. Recognize what neutral feels like for you. You might draw the knees into your heart space, rock back and forth. And then I'll take my feet to the floor. Beautiful. So you can walk your feet forward a couple inches, and we'll take the right heel back behind us towards the left hip. Your knee is going to start to open out wide. And then from there, extend your right arm over your head. You can always cushion beneath the shoulder with a blanket or block. And perhaps take your left hand over your chest. Sending some tactile input towards all of the ribs, the tissues in our chest, and the beating in our heart. And if you'd like to incorporate some sound into your exhale, I'll invite us to kind of find a whistle. Curling your lips. Sensing temperature as the breath leaves the mouth. And then return back to a natural breath. From here, guide the right hand out in front of you. And if it feels safe, lift the left knee in towards that right hand, just for a touch. And then push the left leg back out in front of you. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, perhaps, to take the knee together to your chest. Exhale to release. Returning the right arm onto the earth. Pause. You might shift your weight to one side so you can Unwind the right leg. Shake the leg out perhaps. Maybe stretch the whole side of the body. And then guide the feet back to the floor. And take the left heel over to the right hip. Softening the knee out and down. Left arm comes over the head or out to the side ups if that is more accessible. And this time I'll invite us to guide the right hand to our abdomen, sending tactile input to the organs and the tissues in our abdomen. Take some time and check back in with what you are experiencing without any need to label or judge. Just begin to see what shows up. I'll invite you to stay here for 3 more natural breaths. And then returning left arm down and out in front of you. And guide the right knee in to touch the left hand. Just for some pressure and then release the right foot back down to the mat. 2 more times. Pause when you land, return the arm. Moving in a way that feels comfortable so you can unwind your legs. No rush. We'll move into a twist. I'm going to invite you to cross your left leg over your right, all the way, guiding ankle to ankle. If this version of the twist doesn't feel quite as good in the back, you can alter it, you can shift. And then we'll inch our hips over to the left just a little bit. There, you can start to shift your knees down to the right. Maybe guiding in a block or blanket under the knee. And coming back to witness how the breath might have changed here in this shape. Heavy body. Begin to allow the physical body to feel heavy. From the crown of the head down to the base of the feet. And if anyone is looking for more throughout the arms, then we can bend. Let's bend our left elbow. Take the fingertips, perhaps back to your ear or to the base of the neck. There are options, so find a place that feels interesting and sustainable. Holding some stillness here for 5 more slow breaths. In your own time, taking care to revolve the knees back to center, guiding the hips back to even on the floor, and then releasing the left foot. Pause here, and then shift the knees inward to the center line of the mat. The feet might start to drift out wide, and that's good. Breathe in, extend your arms over your head. Exhale, relax. Both arms back down by the waist. Knees travel back towards the sky or the ceiling. And cross the right leg over the left leg. Arms open wide, and we start to make some space and shift our knees down to the left. Again, coming onto support, maybe this side is different, maybe not. Just honoring what it is we need in our body tonight. Drawing attention back to the spine as a string of colorful pearls. The pearls are winding and undulating through water, finding this gentle twist. And for those looking for any more throughout the arms or across the chest, then explore with bending the right elbow and taking fingers somewhere behind the head. Heavy body, relaxed mind. And again, start to scan your environment. Maybe you listen for sounds in your ears or textures across the body. Or if your eyes are open, You might be seeing color or shapes. A few more moments of breath. And beginning to release, unwinding the knees, situating your hips even on the floor, and then returning both feet to the floor. Pause, just recalibrate. And then guide the soles of the feet together and let your knees start to drift out wide. Reach your arms off beside you, reaching out to a T. Place one palm on the floor and the other palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. Put the other palm down and the other arm up. And you just move back and forth between the two. Sensing the rotation throughout the arms all the way up into the shoulders. All the while, maintaining heaviness and ease through your hips and your legs. And then slowly release your arms. Inhale, reach your arms over your head. And exhale, take the hands back down. Take your knees back towards the ceiling and in towards the chest. Squeeze the knees in towards the torso. And then return the feet down to the floor. And extend the legs long onto the mat. We'll just find one more short series. We won't be here as long as the other shapes before we rest. So extending arms above us and over to the right. You might rest one hand in the other, rest the arms on the floor. Maybe you reach for one wrist. And then take the legs slightly over to the right. Just finding more length through the left side of your body. If this is uncomfortable, we can always bend one knee. See what that is like. fingers get started lifting up towards the shoulders. Take a moment to relax them down. And this might bring the front ribs down. For some of us, this might be uncomfortable in the neck or shoulders, and I'll welcome you to bring the blanket under your head. Go ahead and release the shape. Inhale back to center, perhaps lengthen fingertip to toe. And then switching sides, moving over to the left. Relaxing the back plane of the body down. And perhaps breathing into the right side of the body. Take 3 more breaths here. And begin to return your shape back to even and move through any final movements before Shavasana. And when you're ready, finding a place that feels comfortable to rest in. It doesn't have to be on your back. It can be on your belly or in a seat. Bringing awareness to the whole body here. Relaxing the top of the head, the forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes. Softening the temples, the cheeks, and evenly placing the shoulders and neck. Relax the throat, the collarbones, the arms, the upper arm, the lower arm, the hands. Begin to invite relaxation to the whole ribs, the abdomen, the hips, the legs, the upper leg, the lower leg, the back of the legs. Begin to welcome the whole body into a space of relaxation. There's nowhere you need to go or nothing you need to do, but be here, affording yourself some rest. recognize that you're breathing, allowing the flow of air in through your nose, out through your nose. Slowly begin to be aware of the whole body, inviting attention back to the hands, opening and closing hands. And then inviting movement back to the feet and the legs. There's no rush. At your own pace, go ahead and rock over to one side. And spend a moment there before you lift back up into a seated shape. Draw attention back to the length of our spine, this string of pearls. Notice what the string of pearls is feeling in your body. And then we'll close the evening with guiding hands somewhere over our chest for a moment of thanks. Thank you for sharing space together, and for practicing self-love. May you be joyful, may you be at peace, and may you be free. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for coming.